office in the locker room should stay there. But some people love drama.
The locker room is supposed to be sacred, a place where everything stays in-house. But when tension reaches this level, it can no longer be contained. The Lakers now find themselves in a situation few people saw coming, and the league hasn't reacted like this in years. According to insiders, LeBron James and Luka Dončić had a heated moment behind closed doors, sparked by something LeBron never expected: a real shift in power. Luka didn't simply
And the first time I heard it, I thought it was for sure fake. Thought it was a hoax. People messing around.
LeBron's reaction said everything. The signs are everywhere. The offense now runs through Luka Dončić. Teammates naturally gravitate toward him, and the numbers back it up. Triple-doubles, clutch shots, and complete control of the game. LeBron is still playing at a high level, but there's no mistaking the direction. The Lakers are building their future around Luka. Even on social media, the shift is obvious, with more Luka highlights, more hype, and a spotlight that's moving fast. Legends LeBron once looked up to are now talking about Luka as the player carrying the league forward, and that's happening while LeBron is still active. LeBron always knew Luka represented the future, but he never expected the transition to happen this quickly, this loudly, or this publicly. Luka isn't just another star. He's the reason the Lakers flipped their entire long-term plan, and for the first time in his career, LeBron may feel the spotlight starting to slide away. Things truly exploded when the trade details became public. Luka Dončić to the Lakers, with Anthony Davis and additional pieces heading out, sent shockwaves through the NBA. Analysts, fans, and former players immediately labeled it one of the wildest trades of the decade. Even Luka admitted the news felt unreal. Dallas had been home, and suddenly he was wearing purple and gold. But the moment he stepped onto the Lakers stage, the message was unmistakable. Rob Pelinka and the front office made no effort to hide it. This was the beginning of a new era. Pelinka spoke about Luka as the new centerpiece of the franchise, a fresh foundation with no hesitation. The timing only made everything feel more chaotic. LeBron was sidelined with calf and foot issues, missing the start of the season for the first time in decades. Whether it was bad luck or just unfortunate timing, the result was the same. While LeBron was out, the spotlight shifted fully to Luka. LeBron later admitted he initially thought the trade was a joke and couldn't believe Anthony Davis was gone until he saw Luka in Lakers gear. In Los Angeles, the LGM label was never random. LeBron pushed hard for Anthony Davis, demanded roster upgrades, and carried enormous influence within the organization. But once Luka arrived, the energy inside the building shifted almost immediately. Meetings, attention, and respect began flowing toward Luka instead. Players gravitated to him, body language changed, and insiders say tension followed. Rumors even pointed to a heated exchange about leadership that required teammates to step in and calm things down. Then came the moment everyone noticed. After a timeout, LeBron greeted his teammates but left Luka hanging. That wasn't accidental, it was a message. For decades, LeBron owned the spotlight. Now the hype, admiration, and media buzz are drifting towards someone younger, and that pressure is impossible to ignore. People are starting to ask the question LeBron never wanted to hear. Is this still his team, or has Luka Dončić already taken over quietly? This isn't empty rumor or clickbait, it's a real power shift, and in the NBA, locker room energy matters just as much as stats. If you thought the trade itself was the biggest story, the behind-the-scenes shift is even bigger. Teammates and legends alike are openly leaning toward Luka, and the tension with LeBron continues to grow. Take Austin Reeves, for example. After a win, he joked about not hyping Luka too much, then immediately called him.
So when you put a guy like that on your team, and obviously everybody knows how skilled he is and, the way he makes the game, easy.
On the surface, the comments sound supportive, but if you read between the lines, the message is clear. Luka isn't just helping LeBron, he's shaping the final chapter of LeBron's career. The numbers make that impossible to ignore. Before Luka arrived, the Lakers' offense was solid but unspectacular. After the trade, their three-point attempt rate jumped from 34.3 to 42.3 per 100 possessions, a massive leap that pushed them into top 3 territory league-wide. Defenses are stretched thinner, spacing is wide open, and the offense now runs through Luka. This isn't hype anymore. The future is shifting in real time. Once the paint opens up, everything changes. Shooters get cleaner looks, role players finally have space to operate, and the offense can breathe. That's not luck, that's a system rebuilt around Luka Dončić. With him on the floor, the Lakers' offensive rating jumps to 116.1, placing them firmly in the top 7. He didn't just fit into the system, he elevated it. The moment that really stung Dallas came in Luka's first game back against the Mavericks, when he posted 19 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists for his first triple-double as a Laker and the 81st of his career. Since arriving in Los Angeles, Luka has averaged roughly 27 to 28 points, more than 8 rebounds, and nearly 8 assists per game. Those aren't just impressive numbers, they're franchise-altering. The ripple effects are everywhere. Austin Reeves and Jackson Hayes saw their pick-and-roll efficiency jump from 0.92 to 1.18 points per possession, a clear sign that defenses can no longer...
About losing AD, but we got in his prime Luka, right? So we're set for the next 10, 15 years.
What you think of the trade with Luka Dončić?
This trade wasn't just bold, it triggered a complete reboot of the Lakers' identity. Right now, the Lakers aren't simply trying to compete, they're building a new legacy, one that no longer depends on LeBron James carrying everything on his shoulders. With Luka Dončić running the offense, the machine looks smoother, faster, and more controlled. The numbers make that shift impossible to ignore. Luka is commanding a 33.8% usage rate, meaning roughly 1 out of every 3 Lakers possessions runs through him. LeBron's usage has dropped to 28.8%, a clear indicator that the offense is no longer built around him. Luka is averaging 28.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.5 assists in about 35 minutes per game. LeBron is still productive, but the efficiency edge now belongs to Luka, especially when defenses load up and apply constant pressure. And the stats aren't even the loudest signal. That moment in the tunnel said everything. Rob Pelinka didn't follow LeBron. He followed Luka. No decoding required. That was the message. The Lakers have never been subtle when they choose their franchise cornerstone. Magic, Shaq, Kobe. Once the front office identifies the guy, everything bends in that direction. Marketing, roster decisions, media focus, and even ticket sales. Right now, Luka Dončić is that guy. The signs are everywhere, and the Lakers are making it clear. This is his era taking shape in real time.
Could do for Bron.
What? Man, look, Bron, this brought Bron 3 years. You know what Bron can do? This is what Bron wanted AD to do.
Right.
Go ahead, big fella.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Hey.
This shit Luka about to do.
Luka is now meeting directly with Rob Pelinka to discuss rotations in the franchise's long-term vision, a level of access that's traditionally reserved for the unquestioned face of the team. The shift is visible everywhere. Promotions are changing, season ticket ads and social media campaigns are centering on Luka, and insiders say the Lakers have quietly moved into a post-LeBron era. Pelinka has even said it out loud, making it clear the organization is building around Luka for the next decade with no attempt to hide it. That's where the tension begins to grow. LeBron clearly feels the shift. On some nights, it looks like he's trying to reassert control, slowing the pace, rerouting actions designed for Luka, and forcing the offense back into his hands. In interviews, LeBron has started leaning into comments about experience and leadership, subtle remarks, no names mentioned. It's a familiar playbook, but this time it isn't landing the same way. The outside noise only amplifies the pressure. Media voices and NBA players are already framing Luka as the future, and even active players flip the conversation quickly. The debate is no longer about whether LeBron and Luka can coexist, but whether Luka has already become the new face of the league. Some analysts believe the shift is happening in real time. Paul Pierce even suggested the Lakers could use LeBron as a bridge, allowing him to help groom Luka into the next face of the franchise in Los Angeles. A wild idea when you remember LeBron has spent his entire career being the face of everything. On ESPN Breakdowns, analysts have called this trade one of the most shocking swaps. The Lakers and the league are openly hyping Luka's global appeal now, his merchandise sales, ticket demand, and long-term marketability. His name keeps coming up as the future of the franchise, and maybe even the future of the NBA itself. Meanwhile, LeBron's presence in the headlines has noticeably faded. The spotlight belongs to Luka, and Laker Nation can feel that shift. Younger fans, especially Gen Z, are fully locked in on him. The clips, edits, and breakdowns never stop. They love the step-backs, the vision, the confidence. At just 26 years old and already dominating, Luka represents the future they're choosing to believe in. But what LeBron may not have expected is that older fans are drifting toward